Orangeville is a small, quiet town in Ontario, Canada. Most people don't know it's the home and training grounds of future NBA players. The training center is called Orangeville's Athlete Institute, and we get a look inside the institute and inside the cutthroat world of high school basketball in the documentary series Anyone's Game. CBC currently has an original documentary series on right now called Anyone's Game. It's a 6-part series and each episode is 30 minutes long. Many people don't realize how skilled the players are that are in the Orangeville Athlete Institute. In the 2016 NBA draft, Jamal Murray was drafted by the Denver Nuggets as the 7th pick in the first round. That same year, Thon Maker was also drafted in the first round to the Milwaukee Bucks and he was the 10th pick. Maker currently plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was this draft that put the Orangeville Athlete Institute on the NBA map. The Athlete Institute has turned out more NCAA and more NBA players than any other school in Canada. In the first episode, we are introduced to the current Orangeville Prep team led by head coach Tony McIntyre. The first player we are introduced to is Matthew Alexander Moncrief. He joined Orangeville Prep in his second year of high school, and at the time he was the youngest one there. We see another player, Shamar, who's living with his grandparents who are giving him the support he needs to achieve his dreams. This documentary does a good job of letting you get to know some of the players' personal lives first, so you feel more connected to them when you see them go play games on the road. Another player we are introduced to is Jeff Nandu, who has moved to Canada from the Congo in Africa. We get to hear a bit about Jeff's bad situation of where he started, but he ultimately decided to make the sacrifice to leave home and pursue his dreams with basketball. When it comes to game time, Orangeville Prep participates in the OSBA, which is the Ontario Scholastic Basketball Association, but it's the grind session where Orangeville's main focus lies. The grind session is one of the most competitive US tournament series. It has all the top prep and high school teams all over the US. Through the year, it's hosted by different states. The league runs on an invite-only basis, and Orangeville is the only Canadian team in the grind session. This allows college coaches to see the Orangeville players play against the best schools in the US, which is an opportunity that most Canadian players wouldn't otherwise get. This is a huge deal for players to participate in the grind session because out of the 450 NBA players, 92 of them have come out of the grind session. Being the only Canadian team in the grind session, it puts a target on Orangeville players. They have to work much harder than all the other teams because no one is on their side. The players don't mess around though. We see that everyone is putting forth their best effort and they get up at 4, sometimes 5 in the morning, working hard for hours 3 times a day. They sacrifice their time with friends and family for the love of the game. Head coach Tony McIntyre runs a tight-knit team that works hard and works together. There is definitely a never say die attitude on the team. I don't want to give too much away, but unfortunately we see that a player on the team becomes injured, and we see how quickly things can go from good to bad, giving truth to the title Anyone's Game. In the second episode, we see a player that gets a scholarship opportunity to go travel to check out the schools. This gives great insight for any young player who is curious at what the overall process is like. With the grind session fully underway, we see Orangeville is off to a great start. The coach keeps the team humbled and emphasizes the importance of being on your game, especially on the road across the border. For anyone with an interest in basketball, I would definitely recommend watching this series. For kids trying to take their game to the next level, this series will provide you with some insight that'll give you a better understanding of what it's like. So far, only the first 2 episodes have been released. You'll most likely be able to catch up with these episodes on demand through your cable provider. This Friday, which is tomorrow, episode 3 will be released, so make sure you check it out.